Pitter patter, let's get at her. One more for the weekend from Fort Saskatchewan. It's Cody Jansen with you on CROW LAX TV. The Rebels taking on the Winnipeg Blizz. Their third game in 2 days. Fraser Barrett's at the X. Ref is ready. Ball is down, and we are underway at the Jubilee Recreation Center. Barrett face-off win, and now he's going to take an extra penalty here after the fact. Extra cross-check in on Will Angus, and the Blitz get the opening power play 8 seconds into this game. Fraser Barrett, a little overzealous off that opening face-off, means this power play gets to go to work. It was a wild game they had yesterday with the Edmonton Warriors. 42 penalty minutes in the third period alone. A lot of time for the penalty kill and power play to go to work, and it's an early strike for the Blizz. 23 seconds in, they strike first on the power play, and it's 1-0 for the visitors. Xander Delarant rips one low on Bowen Carpenter, and Winnipeg draws first blood. Kluchuk grabs an assist. He had a couple yesterday against the Warriors, unable to get in the goal column though. Reed low now, short side, save made by Andrew Isaby, the starter for the Blizz, and now a back in gets called on Reese White. Jackson Kohut across the floor to Josh McCallion, leading the Rebels in points so far this season with 62. Reed low with a low to low. Good save by Isaby. Rebounds up top. Then Baker's got to track it down. Jackson Baker double team on him and didn't have any forwards in to help, but they'll call a loose ball push. Blizz bench thinks it's questionable. I'll kind of agree with him on that one. Baker's shot stopped by Isaby. Played well against the Edmonton Warriors there yesterday afternoon. Not an easy team to hold to 8, especially when you take the amount of penalties that they did. Walsh has to be careful not to touch that ball and take too many men on the floor. Now it leads to a quadruple defender scram on the half wall. No reset coming. It got pushed back, and they're going to give Fort Saskatchewan possession here. 18-12 left to go in period number 1. Blizz strike first on the power play, thanks to Xander Delarant. The D-Lax boys in this one. We'll dive into that a little bit later on in the broadcast. McCallion, feed for Simonson. Quick stick goes high and wide. Blizz defense controls. It's Ethan Baruch, the captain. He's got some baby blue shoes on. I kind of like those as well. Good style points right there for Banuch. Blizz offense back to work. Outside feed by Angus. Xander Delarant up top for Banuch. Bobbled it. It's on the ground. And here goes Ethan Hackett in a foot race. Hackett has McKenzie with him. Decides to hit the brakes and wait for some forwards. Pass at the feet of Reed Lowe, and he couldn't handle it. Unforced error means Hackett's got to stay and play defense on the floor. Jackson Kluchuk, Montevallo product. That's Seth Delarant. Big wind up there by Zach LeBert. Stopped by Bowen Carpenter. And now another call is coming. A slash. And I believe Fraser Barrett's getting his second minor of the game. Ref wasn't happy with the extra emphasis, so slashing is the call against Fraser Barrett. And Winnipeg 1 for 1 on the power play already. Gets their second attempt just 2 minutes and 58 seconds into period number 1. Jackson Kluchuk up top. Flip for Delaron. Save made by Carpenter. And that rebound's going to jump out to the neutral zone. Seth Delaron, that is, on the right side. Xander's on the left. Kluchuk takes the shot. Carpenter makes the save. And it bounces into the ceiling. Delaron to Delaron. Xander with it now. Offense in motion. Kluchuk walks to the middle. Nothing but time. And Carpenter makes a big save there. His 5th of the game. Matthew Vetch, the speedster, on the penalty kill now. Trying to run away from Parker late. Vetch will cut behind the net, and well, now the double team comes a little bit late there by Carter Ullett. Vetch still has it though. 5 on the shot clock. Throws a bouncer on goal. Isaby with the save. Eastwood was there hunting for a rebound. Couldn't track one down though. Now it's on the ground, and Nolan Eastwood has a loose ball. Thought about driving, wise to pull it out though. 25 on the shot clock, 40 seconds left in the power play. Here's Josh McCallion. He'll pull a fake. Righty on the wrong side of the road, decides to circle back to his familiar territory. Josh McCallion, 28 goals on the season. Rebels scoreless in this contest. Low bouncer goes wide. And now the Blizz have 17 seconds left on this power play. Xander Delaron, inside feed for Kluchuk, knocked down by Carter Albrecht, and then he overruns it. Alex Zordiak, though, Hail Mary pass, and this goes out of play. Another unforced error by this Rebels team. Something they weren't doing too much of on Friday night, although they were playing the Saskatchewan SWAT, who they beat 23-7. Seth Delaron, round the world by Kluchuk, stopped by Carpenter. Oh, that was pretty, but wasn't able to capitalize. 14:40 left to go. We're back to even strength. Blizz power play 50% this afternoon. Long bus trip ahead. I believe it's a 13-hour ride home after this game. Reed Lowe, 7 on the shot clock. Lowe skips it over to Josh Fodchuk. Bouncer goes wide. Shot clock about to expire. And Lowe misses to the glove side one more time. Josh Fodchuk, newly acquired in that trade, along with a 5th-round pick in Austin Dull. Going back the other way, it was a 1st-round pick, which is actually the Edmonton Warriors' 1st-round pick next year. Caden Pickering and Dawson James to the CROW. Keep an eye on Fodchuk here in his first game in red. Banuk, Kluchuk, all alone, and he's robbed! Call Crime Stoppers, Bowen Carpenter. That's ridiculous. We're talking save of the season right there by Carpenter. Backdoor feed by McCallion. Intercepted by the Blizz. Jackson Kluchuk put the Rebels netminder on roller skates and still wasn't able to bury. Seth Delaron up top. Great push back. Albrecht beat on the one-on-one, and Zach LeBert pounds one off the pipe. Eastwood back on defense. Hail Mary for Seth McKenzie. And that's going to be over his head and then scooped off the wall by Zach Tinley. Tinley finds Banuk. Got to see him play for Poland at the World Juniors last year in Winnipeg. Kluchuk looking for revenge. LeBurge trying to wait it out. There's 3 on the shot clock, and now Albrecht has it behind the net. High shot from Banuk, and then Albrecht tosses him to the ground. Has to be careful not to even it up, and it'll just be a high sticking call on Banuk. Wise of Carter Albrecht not to retaliate. I'll say retaliate too much. Maybe he did throw him to the ground a little bit. Banuk's going to the sin bin. Rebels going to the power play. 12:24 to play in period one. Rebels to the power play for the first time in this game. Jackson Kohut for Josh Fodchuk, the new addition. McCallion. Lowe's going to play crease side. Baker slides under a check. It's a 5 for Banuk on the high stick. Over to Kohut. He's stopped by Isaby. Huge kick save with the left pad. Baker kicks it out to McCallion. Shot clock gets reset. Fodchuk, no look inside feed, and McCallion scores. Fodchuk to McCallion to the back of the net, and it's 1-1 inside the JRC. Fodchuk with the no-look pass. Finds Josh McCallion in the middle, and he puts it in the back of the net on the major power play. So this thing continues for the Rebels. Will Angus now double teamed by Barrett and Scrimshaw. Jackson Kohut. Reed Lowe trying to go short side. Isaby seals off that pipe. So Baker and Fodchuk will get assists on the McCallion marker. 2-on-1 for the Blizz. Back the other way. Carpenter takes one in his chest from Carter Ullett. These Blizz jerseys throw me off. They've got MB on the shoulders. I'm looking for numbers up there. I'll learn eventually. We'll get a little quicker with this. 10:45 left to go in period number one. Baker up top, off the post. Jackson Baker will peel some paint off the pipe. 55 points this season for the Rebels youngster. 3:05 left to go in the power play. Kohut, Fodchuk, he'll shoot just over the net. This is going to bounce back, and, well, Baker's got it. 15 on the ticker. Fodchuk, Kohut, far side. Another shot goes wide, and the sights just aren't quite set right now for the Rebels. Tyrell Gray takes a hit from Albrecht, holds onto the ball, slings one over to Kluchuk. That was riding the restraining line. Here goes Jackson Kluchuk around his defender. Short side, had some space. Couldn't capitalize. Bounces over to Carter Albrecht. The junior A hockey player in the winter. Now aged out. Calix Simonson, power play unit 2, jumps on the floor. Tarek Joma, Fodchuk back to Simonson. Inside over to Eastwood. Quick stick, scores. Let the young guns cook. Calix Simonson to Nolan Eastwood. It's a rookie connection. It's in the back of the net, and it's 2-1 Fort Saskatchewan. I believe Fodchuk's going to get another assist on that. Well, you can expect to see points out of 1-9 in red this season. Back to even strength, though, although Banuk's still going to have to serve the rest of his major penalty. Blizz looking to tie it up. LaBerge takes a body check. Kohut shot. That got soaked. I think that was Hofer that took that. Pardon me, Graham. Outside look. Fodchuk puts one in the chest of Isaby just to cause a rebound, a chance for it at least. And good defense there by Tyrell Gray. Fights off the forechecker. Been impressed with Corbin Wiley as well this season. Just got the A week or two ago, from what I understand, with this Blizz team. It's an impressive piece to have on your team when you're going for a playoff run, and you know that first round against Regina is going to be an absolute war zone out east. You love to see that, though. Never fun when there's an easy playoff series. Joma's in the middle. Ben Reyno. Pardon me, it was Walsh, the outlet. McKenzie to the middle. Misses the net. Joma can't get the loose ball before Zach Tinley. Reese White has Jackson Kluchuk up top. Seth Delaront. Back to Xander Delaront. Kluchuk now winds and scores. Jackson Kluchuk goes far side on Bowen Carpenter. Level ground, it's 2 apiece. You knew Kluchuk was going to be on the hunt after getting robbed by Bowen Carpenter a little earlier. This time he's able to rip one around the defender and goes stick side on Bowen Carpenter to tie it up at 2-2. Well, I think they gave that goal to Xander Delarond, but I'll tell you for free, I don't believe that's who shot the ball. We'll get the replays up and running here as well. Maybe we'll get it in the first period. Maybe we'll get it in the second period for you. We'll get a couple extra looks at those goals. 7:10 left to play period number 1. Rebels Blizz tied at 2. Josh McCallion to the middle. McCallion trying to pull it short side. Isaby makes a save, and it's stuck in his chest protector and helmet. I think that's helmet and throat guard, actually. Big save by Andrew Isaby. 759 save percentage per the Rocky Mountain Lacrosse League website coming into this contest. LaBerge runs it down. Kluchuk trying to cut to the middle. McKenzie will defend. And gifts for Kluchuk. 7 on the buzzer. Seth Delarond now. 3 to shoot. Got it away, and he tried to put it hip high. It's going to bounce past Carpenter and over to Seth McKenzie. Now the Rebels have numbers to run. McKenzie, Lewis, he's knocked out. Baker's got it off the backboard. Jackson Baker wants to shoot. Isaby makes the save. Joma behind the net for Eastwood out in front, and he couldn't get the quick stick off. Jackson Kluchuk down for fielding. LaBerge, Kluchuk. Inside, look there, and Evan Fielding was all alone. Albrecht gives him a couple of shots in the corner. Rocks on the ground, and it'll get scooped up by Reyno. Jackson Kohut. Right side, waiting for some forward help on the floor. Low, McCallion, Kohut inside, and they'll say he stepped in the crease. Blizz looking to go 2-1 on this road trip. They beat the CROW last night, lost to the Warriors in the morning. Rebels played Friday night against Saskatchewan, won 23-7 in that contest. Feed back to LaBerge. He'll try pull it near side, goes wide. Xander Delaron now. Save made by Carpenter and Vetch in the crease. Never actually left, so it won't be a back in. Be sure to hammer that subscribe button if you're enjoying free lacrosse of the North all season long. It's Cody Jansen. Follow me on Twitter at Janner on PXP as well. If you got any thoughts, any tidbits, any shout-outs you need, that's where you can find me. Jackson Baker, low to low. That got soaked up by Wyatt Hofer, and out of play. Oh, they're going to say it went off of a Rebel player. Here goes Kluchuk on a breakaway. Jackson Kluchuk robbed again by Carpenter. Two massive saves by Bowen Carpenter. Rebels thought that should have been their possession as McKenzie stopped by Isaby. Ref is a lot closer than we are in the broadcast booth, so I'll trust their decision there. And Jackson Kluchuk, boy, you don't get too many of those looks. Well, maybe when you're Jackson Kluchuk, you are. But not too many players in the Tier 1 circuit get those in a game. Delaron's in tight off the shoulder of Carpenter. Couple of missed defensive assignments now for the Rebels. They're giving the Blizz good looks. They're lucky to be tied at 2-2. Here's LaBerge. Another shoulder save by Carpenter. Fraser Barrett knocked off the ball by Reese White. Shot clock reset, and Jackson Kluchuk scans the floor. Kluchuk now far side. It's where he beat Carpenter earlier. The rebound falls to Carter Albrecht, though. Back the other way. Josh McCallion's in a foot race, and he scores. Hits the Stallion to make it 3-2 with his 30th of the season. Back in transition, the Rebels are able to capitalize. Josh McCallion goes over the shoulder of Andrew Isaby, and it's 3-2 for the home side. And a penalty after the fact is called on Zach Tinley. So the Rebels' chance to extend this lead here. 3:06 left to play in period 1. Blizz in transition, and Will Angus. Pardon me, that's Connor Ullett. Stopped by Carpenter. Unsportsmanlike conduct is the call on Tinley. Tyrell Gray, double team by Lowe and Zorniak. He's happy to hold on to it right now. We'll see if they... Well, the ref's going to say keep playing on. Kohut pops it free. Now Lowe is getting into it, and maybe both of them will go here. The ref's got the double shooters out. I think he's pointing at Gray and Lowe. So it'll be a 4-on-3 now for Fort Saskatchewan. Kohut's not happy it was blown down. It wasn't blown down. And now he's got to be careful he doesn't take a penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct. Should be 4-on-3. Power play continues. Kohut with the shot, Isaby with the save, and then he steps into his defender. Looking like a young Marcus Fouillard out there. Scrim shot. He'll have to defend. Here's Corbin Wiley, the newly minted assistant captain. Xander Delarant running away from Vetch. Now he's hit into the boards. Albrecht's there to help with a double team, and he'll just dump this into the corner. 16 seconds left on this Rebels power play. McCallion up top. Vodchuk's going to play the lefty crease spot. Joma inside. He'll go a little. Save made by Isaby and a perfect punch out by Carter Ullett. And then Ullett was looking for a pass before he scooped up the loose ball. Sloppy play off of both teams, and the Blizz get to slow it down here. Less than a minute to play in period at number 1. Will Angus. Xander Delarant, save made by Carpenter, and it's going to roll just wide. 9-second differential, shot clock, game clock right now. Rebels won't take that quick strike. Well, Rebels got caught with 5 out there. So it'll be Blizz ball, and they could use a timeout if they want, and they're not going to pull their goaltender here. Oh, now they will. So Kluchek's up top. He'll hold it, and now it's 6 on 5, pardon me. Lowe's going to have to play defense. 7 to go in the period. Winnipeg's got to get organized. LeBurn's shot goes way wide. Outside look. Carpenter kick save on Tyrell Gray. And that's how period 1's going to end as Fraser Barrett's making more friends. This time he's wearing 4 white, and that's how we finish period number 1. 20 down, 40 to go in the JRC. 3-2 Rebels lead. We're back with the second period in 10 minutes time. Time for period number 2 at the JRC in Fort Saskatchewan. It's Cody Jansen with you on CROW LAX TV. 3-2, Fort Saskatchewan Rebels leading the Winnipeg Blitz. Winnipeg wearing their white road jerseys, double blue trim. And we got a penalty coming up early here. Well, I believe it was a bench minor. I don't know if the gate was open or what they will call it. Doesn't look like we have any serious injuries, and I guess that's the most important part. So, Winnipeg going back to the power play here. 1 for 2 in the game. They had a power play 8 seconds into period number 1. They had a power play 9 seconds into period number 2. Shots were 20-16 in favor of the Blizz in period number 1. And Bowen Carpenter, the Rebels netminder, the reason Fort Saskatchewan has the lead. He had 2 massive saves on Jackson Kluchuk, who will quarterback the power play up top. Xander Delarant for Kluchuk. Back to Xander. Set. Shot and a save made by Carpenter that bounces out of play. That was Zach LaBerge, not Seth Delarant. Took the shot. They kind of look similar from up here. You can see it on the screen. Kluchuk. Back pedal. Xander Delarant. Up top in that righty shooter spot. Kluchuk behind the back flip. Little low for Seth Delarant to handle, though, and so he ends up throwing a pass away. Will Angus gets a pick behind the net from Carpenter, and the Rebels escape. Short-handed out for the next 70 seconds. Fraser Barrett up top on the kill. 7 to shoot. Barrett runs himself into traffic, and then he dumps it off in the corner just in time. It's a smart play, and you're running into a triple team, but you wonder if you wouldn't prefer them just to get the shot off. Even if it's an outside lane, you throw something on net, that clock keeps running, and maybe you do get a chance to pick up a loose ball and keep the penalty kill going. Kluchuk's up top. He'll step down into one. McKenzie soaks it in the arm. Stretch pass got blocked by the forward pop fly. Reese Walsh comes down with it. Walsh takes the shot, and it's off the crossbar. Rebels that close to a shorty. Zorniak sprints above the restraining line. All the way across to Kohut. Jackson Kohut has to peel back. Even strength now. Blizz power play. 1 for 2. 1 for 3 in the game, pardon me. They had an 8-minute power play against the Warriors. Well, it was kind of a 10-minute power play that ended up being 4-on-4 for the first 2 minutes. And then the last 2 minutes, I believe they took another penalty or 2. So let's say 6-minute power play that they were only able to capitalize on once, I do believe, against the Warriors yesterday in that third period. Penalty-filled affair as well. They lost 8-6, but then they respond later that night and beat the Crew 14-5. Kluchuk knocked back by Scrimshaw. Angus low cut. Xander Delarant, shot got stopped, and cutting through the crease there was Ethan Banuk. Served a 5-minute major in period number 1. Now he's back out on the floor. Vetch for McCallion. Josh McCallion put him on hat-trick watch. He had 6 against the SWAT the other night. Calix Simonson scores. 7-hole on Isaby. It's 4-2 Rebels. Took the feed from Josh McCallion and made no mistake. Calix Simonson has his first of the game to double the lead for Fort Saskatchewan. Got that shot right in between the stick and the body of goaltender Andrew Isaby. Kalix Simonson has his 11th of the season, and it's 4-2 for the Fort. Barrett on Xander Delaront. McCallion grabs the lone assist, and here goes Ben Reynaud on a break, and he scores. Forehand, backhand, back of the net. Ben Reynaud buries, and it's 5-2 for the Fort. Oh, that's a slick breakaway finish there by Ben Reynaud. With 16:23 left to go in period number 2. Little fake shot, pulls it, and he throws kind of a corkscrew backhand behind Andrew Isaby to extend the lead to a field goal for Fort Saskatchewan. Back the other way come the Blizz. It's a 2-on-1 opportunity, and Carpenter's got to make the save on Wiley. Wyatt Hofer was buzzing down the floor with them. Lewis hits the brakes on the half wall. Here's Kohut. Push back, good defense. Kohut skip feet. Lewis drops it. Hofer has help up top, and the trailer is Ethan Banuk, and he's stopped by Carpenter. The captain's had a few looks here. Ethan Banuk, no goals yet in the contest, though. Reed low for McKenzie. He goes glove side. Seth McKenzie's got his first of the game, and the Rebels have 6. Just a little flip inside comes from Reed Lowe. You'll see him get set up down in the corner. Lowe's waiting. He watches McKenzie cut to the middle. Little flip pass hits him, and he goes low to the glove side on Isaby to make it 6-2. Cross check in the back now, and Fort Saskatchewan is going to another power play. Their 4th of the game with 15:03 left to play in period number 2. Zach Tinley's heading to the sin bin in this Rebels power play. That's 2 for 3 so far. Gets another crack at the Blizz penalty kill. Baker, McCallion, back to Baker. Maybe a second late on that pass. Down for Lowe, short side. He had Isaby going the wrong side, and he hit the corner of the net. Now in transition, Reese Walsh gets off the bench quick enough, and he cuts off Carter Ullett. Ullett's had a couple of shorthanded looks. Won't get an opportunity this time, though. Josh Fodchuk, the new acquisition from St. Albert. 5th forward off the bench. Kohut's going to play crease side. Skip for Lowe. Lowe will shoot, and it got deflected. McCallion in the middle. Loose ball got grabbed by White, and here goes the outlet. Back the other way. It's a feed, and the shot got deflected by Wyatt Hofer. Tyrell Gray was up the floor with Hofer. Another 2-on-1 opportunity that I think the Blizz, watching back this one, if they capitalize on 50% of those, we're probably talking about a 1-goal game if we're not tied at 6. Instead, they trail by 4, and they're still in the penalty kill. Baker to Fodchuk. Back to Baker. He'll fire. Save made by Isaby. The issue with the lefty strong power play and passing it to a lefty up top is it takes him that extra second to get set up to shoot. And so if that's the play, it allows Andrew Isaby that extra time to get set, and that's why he can make that save look pretty easy. Kohut, short side. It's in the arm of Isaby. 10 seconds left on this penalty kill, and then the Blizz will get free. Ball bounces high, and Zorniak is... Oh, they're going to give the Blizz possession. Back the other way with numbers. Kohut on a 3-on-1 was thinking about his next move before he caught the pass. Fodchuk with him. It'll be interesting to see how Fodchuk adjusts in a different system where he's used to getting 15, 20 shots off a game with the CROW. Now, he's probably looking at half of that. Outside, trying to go short side high, misses the net. It'll bounce all the way down to Bowen Carpenter, who will have to leave it for the Blizz offense. Jackson Kluchuk. Big man LeBurge swings it right back to Kluchuk. He'll try and go high to high. It's over the net. Now Albrecht got tangled up, and that's going to be a call on him as he threw Seth Delaron to the ground. Roughing will be the call, and Winnipeg goes to the man advantage. Believe he might have just taken a second as well. Unsportsmanlike conduct. So it'll be a 4-minute power play for the Blitz, barring goals and other penalties. Well, we talked about Carter Albrecht's discipline in that first period, and maybe that's just the broadcaster jinx. Blizz go to the power play. Carter Albrecht sits for 4 or less. Winnipeg, chance to chisel their way back into the game. Feed for Xander Delaronde. It's behind him. Kluchuk's up top. Will Angus is going to play that low righty spot. Seth. Kluchuk. Shot got blocked by Scrimshaw. Took a stick off the head. He wasn't happy about it. And here goes Vetch in a foot race. Kluchuk's on the back check, and Vetch hits a U-turn. Matthew Vetch can eat the next 15 seconds off this shot clock and penalty kill. He'll sit in the corner, and they won't bother double-teaming him either. Wyatt Hofer chases him around. Fraser Barrett sets a hard pick. Fraser Barrett maybe a little lucky. Didn't get a penalty on that play. Or did he? Yeah, they've got the gate open, and Fraser Barrett's going to be getting a 5-minute major here. Oh, never mind. They were just saying 55, not 5. See, it throws us off. We got to get this refs mic'd up. I don't know how. We'll find a way eventually. So it'll be a 5-on-3 now for the Blitz as Fraser Barrett goes off. And after the 5-on-3, if killed, the Blizz would still have 1:08 on the man advantage. Low shot by Delaron, stopped by Carpenter. Angus now. Tied up with Scrimshaw. Carpenter has to throw the outlet. There's an example of you just want your goaltender to drop that off with the defender in the crease and let him run free. You probably don't want your netminder throwing that pass. Rebels learn their lesson the hard way. Kluchuk inside feed. LeBurge is stopped by Carpenter. Kluchuk again. He'll fire. This is blocked by Walsh. That'll leave a good welt in the morning. Xander Delaronde. Angus backdoor feed, and the bouncer goes out of play. The look for Zach LaBerge is the one the Blizz wanted. It was tic-tac, and the toe just ends up out of play. Scrimshot breaks a stick with his bicep. Now he's stripped of the ball. Good defensive effort by Garen Blanchard to come back and knock it free. 5-on-3 continues for the next 50 seconds. There's just over 10 minutes to play in period 2. Kluchak for LaBerge inside. Tiptoes the crease. Now he's out front, and another save by Carpenter. Left arm got on it, and he robs LaBerge. Zorniak hits speed burst for Lewis. Kluchak, he's back on defense. Lewis through the triple team. Now the ball's on the ground, and the Blizz might get one more opportunity if they go quick on the 5-on-3, but it still will be a power play for the next minute and 8, no matter what. Fraser Barrett's out of the sin bin. 17 on the shot clock. Huge momentum swing either way. Depends on who can capitalize on this special teams opportunity. Kluchak bouncer goes wide. It's going to go all the way back down to his netminder, Isaby, with the second on the shot clock. Maybe half a second late with the whip, but they'll let him play on. Barrett for McKenzie for his second, and he's got it. Fraser Barrett makes up for the penalty. Seth McKenzie's got his second of the game, 9th of the season. This one's a shorty, and it's 7-2 Rebels. Eastwood trying to knock it free off the stick of Reese White, and now he's going to force a turnover. Eastwood on a break, stopped by Isaby. Stripped Tinley of the ball, he got it back, and the BTB goes off the crossbar. Nolan Eastwood doing some serious work, shorthanded. Banuk now, the captain, bounces it over. Zorniak holds on to it. Now it's over to Baker. Baker now, high cross check. Albrecht's got it in the corner. He'll try cut out in front. Got the shot off, and now Albrecht is getting into it with his defender there. I believe that's Garen Blanchard. Got the cross check up high on Baker. He'll go off likely for 2. And the Rebels going back to the power play here with 7:57 to play in period 2. Well, the Blizz are 0 for 4 on the power play this period, and Fort Saskatchewan's got a chance to respond and extend on this 7-2 lead. Low to Baker in front, and he's stopped by Isaby. Well, there's been a couple Isaby might want back. He's been pretty dang good. He's made 21 saves here, midway point of the game. A lot of those have been some high-quality chances his defense has allowed as LaBerge gets robbed by Carpenter. That's the issue for Isaby, is the guy at the other end of the floor is playing even better. McCallion to Fodchuk. You wonder if you start to stick Josh Fodchuk up top on this power play. That's what they're going to do now. Joma Eastwood are on the left. Joma with you. Here's Fodchuk. Crude connection over to Simonson. Save made by Isaby. swim move on Eastwood. Kluchuk is in there to help out as well. Albrecht trying to push back fielding. Delaron cut off by Simonson. Shot clock winding down. They try to get one more look, and Xander Delaron, as the shot clock's expiring. I know lacrosse people want that called all the time. I don't mind it. If it's egregious, sure, give him a delay of game. If it's something there where you can hear the buzzer going off while he shoots, I don't know. That's just sports. I think you got to let him play on. Rebels back to the power play. 15 seconds left on this man advantage. Baker will shoot. Shoulder saved by Isaby, and it ends up out of play. Vodchuk in quick. Kohut lows behind the net. Baker. Vodchuk. Short side. He's had that corner looked at multiple times. We're back to even strength, though. Vodchuk, 29 goals in 12 games for the CROW. His low got stopped. Kohut behind the back goes off the post. Two BTBs now have pinged the pipe. McCallion. Ball ends up on the pavement. It'll roll all the way down to the Rebels zone. Reyno for McCallion. Back for Vodchuk, and he scores. Josh Vodchuk's got his first as a Rebel. It's a far side fake, short side tuck, and it's 8-2 for the Rebels. Well, we had a feeling it was coming sooner rather than later, and Josh Vodchuk, you cannot give him that much time. Back the other way, up the floor, got the pass, it's a far side fake, short side shot, and it's 8-2 for the Fort. Albrecht goes and lays a big hit off the face-off, and then Eastwood gets laid out as well. Now behind the play, a cross-check's going to get called on Will Angus. Angus isn't too happy about it, as he'll have words with Fraser Barrett on the way off. And Fort Saskatchewan going to another power play here with 5:05 to play, period 2. Cross-checks the call, and he's not happy about it. Kohut's out in front, and Kohut has the 9th of the game for Fort Saskatchewan. The route's on. It's another power play marker. Didn't take him long off the power play. Again, you set Vodchuk up top, makes those top penalty killers respect and get out on them. And as you can see, that almost turns into a 3-on-2 right in front of the crease. You allow Jackson Kohut that time and space, he's going to make you pay. First of the game, 17th of the season. Jackson Kohut extends the lead to a touchdown. Another penalty coming up against Will Angus here. He's letting his emotions get the best of him. Albrecht hits the brakes at the neutral zone. Eastwood fires wide, and cross-check will be a call, and it's another minor penalty. Rebels have a 9 spot on the board. It's one more than the Warriors scored against the Blizz yesterday afternoon. Baker for Vodchuk. Pass goes over Baker's head up top on the power play, and Bowen Carpenter comes up and throws a hit for fun. Fodchuk walks it. His pass back for Joma got knocked down, and he's got the loose ball back just as the time's expiring. It's a good save by Isaby. You don't check out on the 30 clock, especially not when Josh Fodchuk has it. Kohut caught Joma on the hidden ball trick. It fooled him. Back the other way. There go the Blizz. 3-on-2. Corbin Wiley's up top. Feed just goes behind Ullen. Zorniak in transition. He'll feed it down. McKenzie slows it down. Rebels are on the power play here. Now Fodchuk and Baker get back out. They'll get set again here. 7-goal lead. I don't think against a team like the Blizz you can ever say that'll be enough. Kohut short side. Save made by Isaby. Clock got reset, and the Blizz can kill off pretty much the rest of this penalty if they hold on to the ball. Seth Delarant. The D-Lax boys. It's got the blue head on the white shaft as well. Good style points, if I might add. Kluchuk. For Seth Delarant. 5 left in the penalty kill. 5 on the shot clock. Kluchuk. Shot got deflected, and this is going to bounce all the way back into the benches. .222 left to go in the second frame. McCallion has to swing it back to Reed Lowe. Lowe takes the shot. Save made by Isaby. Barrett, though, cut through the crease, and he touched the ball first. Wyatt Hofer. Floater. Banuk's on a break. Banuk all alone. Robbed by Carpenter. What a save by Bowen Carpenter. Banuk over to Delarant. Blizz looking to crack the code of Bowen Carpenter this afternoon. On the roll. Low shot scores. Bouncers will go. Xander Delarant puts it top shelf, and it's 9-3. Well, the breakaways certainly weren't working, and Delarant decides, hey, I'll rip this one around the defender. Bounces it near side. Little separation from the defender. Goes top shelf. It's around and it's up. And it's a 9-3 ball game here in the JRC. Zach LaBerge picks up the assist on Xander Delarant's goal, his second of the game. Here's LaBerge. Shot got deflected by Zorniak. Banuk inside. Spinning backhand goes wide. Late flog by LaBerge goes on to Carpenter. And they're going to call back in on the Rebels there. Didn't know if Albrecht had pushed Banuk in or what they were going to call, but they give the Blizz a reset here. Xander Delarant. LaBerge around Zorniak and got the shot away. Went off of a teammate in front, I believe. 10 on the ticker. Blizz looking to chip away at this lead here before the end of the second period. Big strip by Reynaud. Here goes Ben Reynaud. Caused a bit of havoc there Friday night against the SWAT. And now he flips it for Zorniak, who bobbled the ball. Zorniak needs a little bit of help. Lewis sets the pick. Pass for Baker. Baker now to the net. He's going to run into the post there. And I believe, well, I say he was not pushed in, and the Blizz are going to get a timeout. 15.3 seconds left to go, period number 2. Winnipeg down by 6, trying to chip away at it. Hey, Blizz are going to draw something up. Jared and Colin on the bench. Get out the clipboard. We'll step aside here. Be sure to hammer that subscribe button if you're watching for free on CROW LAX TV this afternoon. We're back in 20 seconds with the period 2 finale. .3 seconds left to go in period number 2. Blizz down by 6. Can they chip it away to 5 by the time period 3 starts? Kluchuk, 6 on 5 right now. Xander Delaron, another bouncer stopped by Carpenter, and he falls on the rebound as well. Second left on the clock. Fraser Barrett will have a go. Time it expired, and it goes wide anyways. Shots are 34-33 in favor of the Rebels. They're up by 6, and we're back with period 3. 10 minutes time on CROW LAX TV. Back for period at number 3 in the JRC. It's Cody Jansen with you on CROW LAX TV. Be sure to hammer that subscribe button if you're enjoying free lacrosse in the North all season long on YouTube. Shout out to the Saskatoon Brewers, up 5-4 on the Saskatchewan Senior SWAT in the PGLL Senior Championship going on right now. Still got another junior game to come today on CROW LAX TV as the Edmonton Warriors take on the Calgary Shamrocks. But it's a quick strike. 31 seconds in. Zach LeBerge cuts the lead down to 5 for the Blizz. That's the start you want if you're Winnipeg. Loose ball out in front, and LeBerge is able to capitalize, put one behind Bowen Carpenter to make it a 9-4 game. Jackson Klubchuk picks up another point with an assist on that LeBerge goal. Reed low now. Flip for McCallion inside, and he scores. Josh McCallion responds just like that, and the Rebels have double digits. What a feed by Reed Lowe. You see him down in the corner there. Gets the kick back from McCallion. And now McCallion's going to play a little bit of a rattle there. Triple team comes all to Lowe. He throws a little behind the back flip. Ends up in the stick of McCallion, who ends up scoring to make it a 10-4 game. (10-4) Rebels lead. Eastwood's shot goes way wide. Controlled by Parker Lee. Shots are 35 apiece here in the JRC. The Blizz have had their chances. Their issue, it's been their power play. 1 for 6 in the game. That's what's cost them. Plus, they allowed a shorty. Seth Delaront for Rankus. Down to Xander Delaront. He's got 2 in the game. Over to LeBerge, and he scores. Boy, the goals are coming fast in period number 3. It's now 10-5. Good ball movement by Winnipeg. Gets the Rebels defense. Well, a couple of missed assignments, and then the switch leaves LeBerge open. He buries his second of the game. It's now 10-5. Josh Fodchuk up top. Fodchuk in the middle, and it's off the helmet of Isaby. Reed Lowe steps into one. Isaby makes the save, rebounds a free game, and Kohut stopped by Isaby. Huge save by Andrew Isaby on Kohut. The Blizz can come back to make this a game. Remember that save. Eastwood. Kohut. Little toe direct towards the net. Flip for Lowe out in front. Then Isaby makes another save. Eastwood on the rebound. Scores. Isaby was moving to his left, hoping to avoid that ball bouncing behind him. Instead, it bounces in front, and the result is just as unforgiving as the Rebels have brought the lead back up to 6. Carter Albrecht back the other way, puts a cold shoulder into his defender. Penalty upcoming against the Blizz. Six on five. Bowen Carpenter is on the bench for the Rebels. McCallion, Baker fires and scores. On the 6 on 5, Jackson Baker makes the Blizz pay, and they've got a dozen. Well, we'll get a wipe of the crease and a little bit of delay here for Winnipeg. But 6 on 5, you can see McCallion draws two defenders over to Baker. Let it go from Sherwood Park. It's around his defender and goes stick side on Andrew Isaby to make it a 12-5 game for the Forts. The Blizz bench isn't happy about something. We cannot read lips as we're looking at the back of heads. It's a very animated conversation. That's all I can tell you. I believe the Blizz think the whistles should have been blown earlier. Didn't happen, though. I would assume cooler heads will prevail, though, with 16:30 as we continue to just read lips from the broadcast booth. Well, it looks like that's going to be the end of Coach Collins' afternoon. Or maybe not. Kind of looked like they gave him the old umpire toss. And now maybe the Rebels are getting a penalty here. Looks like Eastwood's going off for a slash. The Blizz penalty box is open as well. So Winnipeg will be going to the power play based on my general assumption of what I'm seeing on the floor. Out-of-town update from the PGLL. The Saskatchewan Senior SWAT are up 7-6 on the Saskatoon Brewers in the senior finals. Championship Sunday. Kind of like how they do that. Get it done early with. Let the men enjoy their July and August with the kids. Well, as we speak, the Brewers have just tied it up at 7-7. Also, they have 11-5 on the scoreboard in-house. My math tells me it's 12-5. We'll see if they announce that goal, I guess. Maybe we're throwing you out on the scoreboard, but it looks like the Blizz will be on a power play here after all of that, which led to nothing. And we're back underway. 16:25 left to go, period number 3. Winnipeg 1 for 6 on the man advantage. Another opportunity looming. Kluchuk down low feed for LeBurge, and he wasn't ready for it. I believe they gave that last goal to McCallion, although it was definitely Baker. Not to knock on the refs. There's been a few of those this afternoon. Got the wrong goal scorers. I don't know if I trust the box score on this one. Inside, Carpenter spinning save. Rebound, he got it as well, and then it's knocked in by the Rebels defender. What a wild sequence that ends in the back of Fort Saskatchewan's net. Bowen Carpenter. You have to see this to believe it. Two incredible saves. And the sad reality is his defender punches it into his own net to bring the lead back down to 6. Oh, that's a punch in the gut if you're the goaltender. Evan Fielding credited with that last goal. Kluchuk now. Skip pass picked out by Eastwood. Here goes Nolan Eastwood. Head of steam. He'll decide to, well, fake peel it back. Throws it for Kohut. Eastwood's got 2 in the game. Kohut. Eastwood up high, and Isby just got a piece of it. Shot clock's going to get reset here for the Rebels. Lowe throws it down. McCallion. Eastwood inside for Lowe, and he takes a big hit. Penalty up coming against the Blizz, who never had the ball. Zach Tinley will take the walk of shame, and Fort Saskatchewan gets their first power play opportunity of period number 3. .27 left to play in period number 3. The shots are 43-38 in favor of the Blizz. They trail by 6, though. Baker up top on this power play. Baker with the shot, and it's another crossbar. Rebels have hit 4 in this game. Ball went off the roof, so they'll stop the clock. McCallion, Baker, Fodchuk. Reed Lowe now out of the corner. No lane to shoot. Baker's up top, and Isby might have got a piece of that as well as the post. This is going to bounce down to the corner. Bowen Carpenter won't get to it in time. Baker got a piece of it as Carter Ullett was on the forecheck. Josh Fodchuk, 1 goal in his Rebels debut so far, few assists as well. Reed Lowe set up behind the X. Over to Joma. Baker down to Lowe, short side, and it's off the post and out of play. Tarek Joma still looking for his first in a Rebels uniform. Another former CROW. Baker, Kohut, down to Lowe, quick stick off the crossbar. These posts are taking a beating in this game. Kohut, Baker, shot goes wide. Joma controls. Over to Baker. He's pushed off, and back come the Blizz the other way. Tyrell Gray pokes it over the defender's head, and he's stopped by Carpenter on a breakaway. Bowen Carpenter stopped about 5 breakaways in this game. Made some head-scratching saves. 12:41 to go in the final frame. LaBerge has Vetch behind, strips the ball, and Ben Reynaud is going to go for a run. Up for Vetch. Calix Simonson scored in that second period for Josh McCallion. McCallion far side. Misses, and it's going to be a transition opportunity here for the Blizz. 2-on-2. Carpenter makes a save, and he's got a spin to get it out. Now Carpenter having some words right now. Rebels, well, maybe we are going to get some gloves off in the melee. Graham is getting into it with Lewis. Lewis has got his gloves on. He's still throwing, though. Now the glove comes off, and it becomes a wrestling match down in the corner. Graham blows a tire, and Lewis will get a stand on top of his opponents. Two willing combatants maintain the peace on the floor, and with 11:51 left, they'll clean up the yard sale. Well, looks like the brawl pad was out, and so maybe they've got a few other penalties to sort out here. Refs in the penalty box explaining. So we will catch our breaths here with 11:51 left to go in period number 3. So Caleb Graham gets called for a slash in a fight, and Riley Lewis gets called for a face mask in a fight. Evened up, we'll continue 5-on-5, and we're back to normal here. Angus in transition. Albrecht squaring up now, and he's going to grab a hold of Berezowski. Carter Albrecht and Berezowski going to the ground. Now Berezowski's lost his bucket. Albrecht connects with the right. He's coming up and under with the undercut. Carter Albrecht, 2 rights over the head, throws left, and takes him to the ground. Carter Albrecht. That gets the JRC on their feet, and fight night continues in Fort Saskatchewan. Well, words were exchanged after, but Carter Albrecht certainly got the better of his opponent in that fight after a little bit of extracurricular off the face-off, which has been going on all game. You expect to see it. These are two teams who very well could be playing in Beaumont come August time at the Larry Bishop Memorial Tournament. The Blizz won't back down for anyone. You got to give them credit. They play like a bunch of Saski farm boys. I guess I don't know if you've got that, whatever the term would be in Manitoba. Again, this is coming from someone who spent a couple of weeks in Brandon back in the day. I know Manitoba's a tough province. But the Blizz are showing they aren't scared of anyone. Albrecht, tough customer. Riley Lewis, not exactly your known scrapper, but hey, you gotta like seeing it. The fans like it. It's part of the game. It's part of the process. And so Carter Albrecht, Ethan Berezowski giving the fans what they want. And it kind of polices the floor as well. I'm of the firm belief that without fighting, you would see a lot more cheap shots. So Albrecht's also going to get an instigator. I would say I agree with that. I didn't know the instigator was a 5, though. There's the new rules to me. You learn something new every day, even when you're watching CROW LAX TV as well. Hey, I hope you're watching the Rebels Blizz game, although if you do want to tune in after this one, no one better leave the stream. If I see one number go down, I'm going to throw a fit. No one better leave the stream. But after, you can go check out the Calgary Shamrocks Edmonton Warriors on CROW LAX TV for free. It's an afternoon of lacrosse. Kluchuk up top, save made by Carpenter. Falling back, hands it to Reynaud. Still 12-6, 11:20 to play here in period number 3. Fraser Barrett, bouncer goes wide. I know this third period's felt like it's taken a century to complete, but there's still a lot of game time left here for Winnipeg. Their third game in less than 48 hours. Looking to go 2-1 on the road trip. Looking to avoid going 1-2, I probably should say. Seth Delaron, stopped by Carpenter. Xander Delaron punches it back, and they'll get the reset. Jackson Kluchuk up top on this power play. That's one of the guys that the Blizz would like to see going. He's had some opportunities, and here's another one. Carpenter, right arm safe. Ball's on the ground. Longmire has it, and he gets run over by Kluchuk. A big hit by the junior beast veteran. Back down low. Fadeaway LeBerge scores. It's the hat trick marker. All three have come in the third period, and Zach LeBerge on the power play makes it 12-7. After the fact, Ben Reynaud is going to take a penalty for the Rebels as well. So it'll be a 5-on-3 for a full 2 minutes now for Winnipeg. Blizz 1 for 8 on the power. Pardon me, 2 for 8 on the power play so far in this game. Now they got a 5-on-3 with 10:25 left to go. Darren Beret and company have to find a way to settle down their bench. Missing 2 defenders now. Zorniak will go for a bit of a run, and now he's trying to kill off the next 17 seconds, but over and back is called. Zorniak just lost where he was on the floor, and now the 5-on-3 penalty kill has to get set back up. Miller scrim shot. LeBerge out in front, and he's got another. LeBerge somehow tiptoes the crease, and it's a 12-8 game. Well, you can't throw a challenge flag, but LeBerge awfully close to that crease. Able to keep his feet out per the refs and cut the lead down to 4. Beautiful feed from Kluchuk and perfect finish right there by Zach LeBerge. He's got his 4th of the period and 4th of the game to make it a 12-8 contest. Now they've let out Reynaud, I believe. No, they haven't. Maybe they let out the major penalty. I don't think 5 minutes was up, though, but they'll count it on the major. So the player serving Carter Albrecht's major got free. Nonetheless, it's 12-8. Blizz still on the power play here in the JRC. Josh Fodtruck burns around Wiley to the net. Save made by Isaby. Rebels see their lead shrink here in period number 3. Kluchak's up top. Feed for Xander Delaron. Seth Delaron's up top. Now it's Xander. Tries the same bounce shot he scored on earlier. This one avoids the roof, and McKenzie's going to run back the other way. Pokes it up high, and probably for the best you don't pick that one up, because now you can kill more clock. For Kohut. Kohut's going to drive, and he gets taken down. Rebels trying to go for offense while shorthanded. Now a call's going to be coming, and I think it's going to be on Fort Saskatchewan. Oh, never mind. It'll be a cross-check. I thought McKenzie was getting dinged for the hold. It'll be a cross-check on the Blizz instead, so we'll play 4-on-4. Jackson Kluchuk goes to the sin bin. We'll play 4-on-4 for 10 seconds. Josh McCallion up top. Ben Reynolds out of the sin bin, and Josh Fodchuk hops out on the power play. Backdoor feed. Kohut got stopped. They'll say he stayed out of the crease as well. Fodchuk with it. Shot clock reset. Back to Fodchuk. He'll fire. Save made by Isaby. And now Wiley. I think they'll say he stepped back into the crease. Baker winds. He'll buzz the tower of Isaby, and it's going to bounce 200 feet down to Bowen Carpenter. Fodchuk for Lowe. Back to Fodchuk out in front, trying to go low. Isaby makes a save, and now Kohut reached into the crease to grab the rebound. Ref says you can't do that, and Tyrell Gray waits for some help. Xander Delaront. Zach LaBerge. As Angus up top. No Jackson Kluchuk. He's in the sin bin right now. Usually would be out on this shorthanded opportunities to try and drive the offensive bus. Seth Delaron. Shot goes wide. Xander Delaron. Another opportunity. Kick save by Bowen Carpenter. Defender left him out to dry. Fodchuk going to play that lefty shooter spot again on this power play. Kohut's in the corner. Fodchuk hits Baker. He'll try and go short side this time. Misses the net, and the shot clock's going to expire on him. Blizz escape, and Kluchuk's out of the sin bin. Down by 4 with 6:30 to play. Still plenty of time here in the JRC. Jackson Kluchuk. He'll try and drive. Kick back out. Back for Kluchuk. Bouncer on goal. Carpenter makes a save. Miller scrim shot. Leaves it for Calix Simonson. The youngster getting another offensive look here. It's a loaded offense right now for Fort Saskatchewan, and they're missing Xander Maxwell and Ethan Peterson in this game. Fodchuk, 5 to shoot, and he bots it behind him. Got it back, too, and the fadeaway just wide of Isaby. No Tyson Lewis, Riley Longmire, Xander Maxwell, Ryland Walsh, Ethan Peterson for the Rebels this afternoon. Probably 3 or 4 that in their perfect lineup are dressed. Jackson Kluchuk now cuts to the middle, sneaky inside, shot just wide. Now Reese Walsh sitting on it, and a push got called on the Blizz. Vetch out to Ben Reynaud. Well, Angus has been in the middle of everything this afternoon for Winnipeg. McCallion down to low. Cross for Fonchuk, toe drag, back pedal to the corner, scans the floor. Skips one over to low, and he dropped the pass. Penalty upcoming, and it'll be on Reed Lowe. And he's getting a 10-minute misconduct right now. So they won't be shorthanded, but Reed Lowe gets to hit the showers first. So the Rebels down another forward. It's now Riley Lewis, Carter Albrecht, and Reed Lowe have been the first to get their jerseys off. Andrew Isaby is on the bench, 6-on-5. Blizz looking to chop away at this lead here. Kluchuk, Xander Delarant. Countless weapons for this Blizz offense if they can get them going. Here's Xander Delarant. Kick save by Bowen Carpenter. Rebound grabbed by Ben Reynaud. He's going to have a chance at the empty net, and he misses it. Andrew Isaby, quick off the bench. The big man got back in time, and Ben Reynaud's shot went over the net. If you're Darren Bray and company, you probably just want to see him run that in a little bit closer. You're in a foot race with the netminder. He's still got to get set. LeBurge, shot got stopped by Carpenter. Scrim shot as his stick tossed to the corner. Vetch is with the ball right now for Calix Simonson. 3:25 to play in regulation. Rebels up by 4. Baker, save made by Isaby. Kluchuk for Seth Delarant. Xander Delarant and Kluchuk. Pass it back and forth. Kluchuk will shoot. High and over the net. Rebound for Banuk. Couldn't gain control. Seth Delarant will, though. 7 on the shot clock. Delarant shot, save made by Carpenter, and he'll hold on. Outlet for McKenzie. He gets behind Kluchuk. Kluchuk still in the back check, got his stick in the way and took away that McKenzie opportunity. Darren Bray says, hey, let's eat the clock here. We don't need any more. We can't allow any more, though. Cohunt, defended by Corbin Wiley. Backdoor feed, and McCallion throws one off the side of the net. Fraser Barrett won't get it in time. He takes a hard hit there by Kluchuk. And now Cohunt has a few words for Kluchuk, and it'll be a Rebels possession. Tempers certainly not going down. It's been an emotional third period. Josh Fonchuk. Joma's out in front. Pass to McCallion. Joma and Parker Lee get acquainted at the front, and now Fodchuk's going to force a turnover. McCallion in to help. He'll settle things down. A second effort by Josh Fodchuk, up by 4, and the effort level doesn't change. Kalix Simonson in the neutral zone. Down for Baker. Fodchuk takes a cross check in the back of the head. No call coming, and now a collision there as Eastwood throws his defender to the ground. Now it in front, Will Angus. Extra shot on the Rebel player. Ben Reynaud ties up. Kluchuk has the ball. Minute to go here in regulation. Bowen Carpenter with it. He'll try for the empty net. Bowen Carpenter, Isabee's back. Pardon me, it's Siniak off the bench to make the save. Otherwise, Bowen Carpenter might have had a goalie goal. Zorniak now. He'll go and toss Angus. Ben Reynaud steps in his way too. Angus throws it away. Seth Delrond has to recover. Kluchuk shot over the net. Banuk's in the middle. Reese Walsh strips him of the rebound. Now Reese Walsh wants a quick reset, and they'll blow it in. Reynolds got it back in his own zone, and I think they'll just play keep away here. 15 seconds. You'll watch the clock run down. Ball is on the ground for a second. Seems like Zach Tinley wants a little bit more as he'll grab a hold of Scrimshaw. Finally, the ref steps in, and that'll do it. 60 minutes means the horn can blow, and Fort Saskatchewan moves to 11-4 on the season with a 12-8 victory. Winnipeg drops to 11-5. Final shots in this one, 54-45. Bowen Carpenter stops 46 en route to a Rebels win. Hey, thanks for joining us this afternoon. Fun game of Tier 1 lacrosse. The Junior B circuit continues this afternoon on CROW LAX TV. The Edmonton Warriors taking on the Calgary Shamrocks. Mohamed Joma has the call. You can flip over it now because we're done. Safe travels to Winnipeg on their road trip as they head back home, and we very well could see them back here in Beaumont in August. Final score, 12-8. Rebels win at home.